Chaos or strategy, the Trump enigma. Is Donald Trump a chaotic force of nature or a master strategist playing a deeper game? This question has puzzled political analysts, journalists, and the general public alike since he first announced his candidacy for the presidency. Is he a chaotic force of nature, disrupting the established order with his unpredictable actions and statements? His tenure has been marked by a series of events that seem to defy conventional political wisdom. From his unorthodox communication style to his controversial policies, Trump has consistently kept both his supporters and critics on their toes. Or is he a master strategist, carefully orchestrating his moves to achieve a larger, more complex goal? Some argue that behind the apparent chaos lies a calculated plan, a series of strategic decisions designed to disrupt the status quo and reshape the political landscape in his favor. Donald Trump, the enigma of American politics, continues to confound critics and captivate supporters. His rallies draw massive crowds, his speeches are filled with rhetoric that resonates deeply with his base, and his presence in the media is almost ubiquitous. He continues to confound critics and captivate supporters. His ability to dominate the news cycle and command attention is unparalleled. Whether you love him or hate him, it's impossible to ignore him. Some urge him to conform, to embrace the tired playbook of conventional politics. They argue that his unconventional approach is too risky, too unpredictable, and ultimately unsustainable. To embrace the tired playbook of conventional politics. They believe that a return to traditional political norms and practices is necessary for stability and progress. But to truly understand Trump, one must abandon the search for normalcy. His approach defies conventional wisdom and challenges the established norms of political behavior. One must abandon the search for normalcy. His actions and decisions often seem erratic and unpredictable, but they are also undeniably effective in keeping him at the center of the political conversation. His power doesn't reside in policy details or diplomatic niceties. Instead, it lies in his ability to connect with his supporters on a visceral level, to tap into their fears and hopes, and to present himself as the champion of their cause. Trump's genius, if you can call it that, lies in his unparalleled command of the narrative. He understands the power of storytelling and uses it to his advantage, crafting a persona that is both larger than life and deeply relatable to his base. Lies in his unparalleled command of the narrative. Whether through his speeches, his tweets, or his media appearances, Trump has mastered the art of keeping the public's attention and shaping the political discourse in ways that few others can. The whispers in Washington's corridors all echo the same sentiment. Trump needs to tone it down. They urge him to play by the rules, to appease the establishment. But these voices misunderstand the man and his methods. Trump thrives on disruption. He understands that in the crowded marketplace of ideas, the loudest voice often wins. He is a showman, a disruptor, and his stage is the world. Trump's true power lies not in the halls of Congress, but in his ability to control the narrative. He understands the insatiable hunger for information, the media's thirst for a story. He feeds this beast with gusto, offering up a steady diet of controversy and spectacle. Trump has mastered the art of keeping everyone guessing, ensuring that he, and he alone, dictates the terms of engagement. Those who seek to predict Trump's next move based on conventional wisdom are doomed to fail. He revels in unpredictability, using it as a weapon to keep his opponents off balance. Consider his recent foray into the world of AI-generated images. From a digitally painted Pope Francis sporting a stylish puffer jacket to a Star Wars-themed meme, Trump's embrace of the absurd captivated global attention. Section 5. Calculated chaos. Examples in action. His musings about reopening Alcatraz as a tourist destination, while seemingly outlandish, sparked a nationwide debate about the purpose of punishment and the potential of historical sites. His off-the-cuff remarks about tariffs and even the Constitution itself may send economists and legal scholars scrambling, but they serve a strategic purpose. These seemingly chaotic pronouncements are not gaffes. They are calculated moves in Trump's game of narrative dominance. Section 6. The art of media domination. Trump understands that in the 24/7 news cycle, he who controls the headlines controls the conversation. His pronouncements, however outrageous, guarantee him top billing across all media platforms. He is the master of the soundbite, the king of the viral tweet. His critics become unwitting participants in his game, their outrage only amplifying his message. Trump's chaos is a feature, not a bug. Section 7. Deciphering the Trump Code. To understand Trump, one must abandon the traditional rules of political discourse. His words are not to be taken literally, but rather as instruments in a grand symphony of disruption. Interpreting Trump is akin to deciphering ancient texts or religious scriptures. It requires looking beyond the surface, delving into the subtext, and understanding the context in which his pronouncements are made. Those who take Trump's words at face value miss the point entirely. His speeches are often filled with hyperbole and rhetorical flourishes that are designed to provoke reactions and capture attention. It's a strategy that has served him well, both in business and in politics. By making bold statements, he ensures that he remains the center of conversation, dominating news cycles and public discourse. This approach can be confusing for those who are not familiar with his style, leading to misinterpretations and overreactions. When he talks about tariffs, he's not necessarily advocating for a specific economic policy. Instead, he's using the concept of tariffs as a tool, a means to an end. By threatening tariffs, he aims to bring other countries to the negotiating table, forcing them to make concessions that he believes will benefit the United States. It's a tactic that relies on the perception of strength and the willingness to take bold actions, even if those actions are not always followed through. He's using them as leverage, as a cudgel to wield in negotiations. This approach is not without its risks, as it can lead to increased tensions and economic uncertainty. However, for Trump, the potential rewards outweigh the risks. He believes that by projecting an image of toughness and unpredictability, he can achieve better deals and more favorable outcomes for the United States. This negotiating style is a hallmark of his presidency and a reflection of his broader worldview. When he muses about 2028, he's not necessarily declaring his intention to run for an unprecedented third term. Rather, he's making a statement about his enduring influence and the loyalty of his supporters. By floating the idea of a future run, he keeps his base energized and his opponents on edge. It's a way of signaling that he remains a significant player in the political arena, someone who cannot be easily dismissed or ignored. He's shaping the narrative, reminding everyone that he remains a force to be reckoned with, a leader who operates outside the traditional boundaries of power. This narrative is crucial for maintaining his brand and his influence. By positioning himself as a maverick, he appeals to those who are disillusioned with the status quo and are looking for a leader who is willing to challenge the system. In this way, Trump's words and actions are carefully calculated to maintain his relevance and to continue shaping the political landscape. As the clock ticks down the next 200 days, one thing is clear. Trump should not change a thing. He should double down on the disruption, the unpredictability, the sheer audacity that has become his trademark. His supporters love him for it, and his opponents are powerless to stop it. He should continue to dominate the headlines, to set the agenda, to keep everyone guessing. Perhaps the most fascinating aspect of the Trump phenomenon is not Trump himself, but rather what his persona reveals about us, the observers. When we look at Trump, we see a reflection of our own values, fears, and hopes. His larger-than-life persona acts as a mirror, showing us the complexities of our own identities and beliefs. Our reactions to his antics, our interpretations of his words, say more about our own biases and preconceived notions than they do about him. For some, he's a hero who speaks truth to power, a maverick who challenges the establishment. For others, he is a symbol of everything that is wrong with modern politics, a demagogue who exploits division for personal gain. These polarized views highlight the deep-seated divisions within our society. Are we so wedded to the norms of political decorum that we fail to see the strategic brilliance beneath the surface? Trump's unconventional approach to politics has forced us to reconsider what we value in our leaders. Is it their adherence to tradition or their ability to disrupt and innovate? His tactics, often dismissed as mere showmanship, have proven to be effective in capturing the public's attention and shifting the political landscape. Or are we so desperate for a return to normalcy that we're willing to overlook the very real ways in which he has upended the status quo? The longing for stability and predictability can sometimes blind us to the transformative potential of disruption. Trump's presidency has been a catalyst for change, forcing us to confront uncomfortable truths about our political system, our media, and ourselves. In the end, the Trump phenomenon is less about the man himself and more about what he reveals about the society that produced him. It challenges us to look in the mirror and ask ourselves who we really are and what we truly believe in. In a world saturated with information and starved for attention, Trump has cracked the code. He understands that in the battle for hearts and minds, chaos is not the enemy, it is the weapon. He has harnessed the power of disruption, using it to control the narrative, to dominate the media, and to keep his opponents perpetually off balance. And as long as he continues to play by his own rules, he will remain a force to be reckoned with. So, the question remains, will Trump continue to conduct his symphony of disruption, or will he succumb to the pressure to tone it down? Will he continue to play the media like a fiddle, or will he finally meet his match? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure. The next chapter in the Trump saga promises to be just as unpredictable and captivating as the last. What do you think?